Okay, in this video we're going to go over how to translate English sentences into mathematical equations, right? And we're going to be using some situations that are specifically involved with mixtures, okay, mixing two quantities together. And I like to use something which I call my magic cylinders or magic cans, and I will show you how that's done here in a second. But let's look at the question itself first, okay, and let's just go over some tips. So the question is this. So you need 20 liters of a 20% acid solution. You have jugs of 10% solution and 25% solution. And how many liters of each do you need to combine together to get the needed solution of 20 liters at 20%? Okay, so this is a really common kind of a problem where you're mixing, not necessarily acid, but when you're mixing two quantities together to get a different concentration of each. So let me show you how my magic cylinders come into play here. So let me show you what these look like. The magic cylinders really are just kind of a way of visualizing what you're actually doing, right? So you're just taking two containers. It doesn't have to be cylinders. You're just taking two containers and you're mixing them together, usually to form like a larger container, but again, you don't have to draw it that way. And you get something like this, okay? Now, the reason I draw it like this is because I am trying to show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different spaces that I'm going to fill with information in my translation. And then I'll show you how to take that graphic and translate it into a mathematical equation, okay? So let's see how we can do this. Now, according to this graphic, I'm taking this small container and this small container and combining them to form this larger container. So let's put the information that we have up here into each one of these two spots. Now, what I normally do is on the top spot, I will put in things like percentages, okay, or the price. Let's say if I have like the price of a can of something. So prices, percentages, that sort of thing. You really can just read whatever's in your problem and put that up into there, okay? What I do in the main body or in the label is put down the quantity of something. So how much of it I have. Do I have like pounds? Do I have like liters? Do I have, those kinds of measurements, okay? But you always put those here, and you always put the price or the percentage type things up here. So quantities here, okay, and then the price and percentages up there. Now let's see if we can actually fill in our 6 spaces for more information. And it says you need 20 liters, and that's a quantity, right, of 20%, that's a percentage acid solution. So that's what I need. That's over here. So I'm going to put 20 liters, and for my solution I'm going to put 0.20 because you should always convert that into the decimal form. All right, so I've got 2 of my places filled in. Now I have a jug. Here's 2 jugs of 10% solution and 25% solution. So let's just go ahead and do that. 10% solution, 25% solution. How many liters of each, so I'm asking for quantities, should I combine to get this needed 20 liters? Now, I'm going to need, since I don't know, I'm just going to call this one X. Now, this may be exactly the same quantity as this one, but I don't know that, so I'm going to have to use a different variable, okay? So I'm going to have to use Y. Now, let me show you how I could write this out to form an equation that I could use, all right? I'm going to say this times this, so 10% solution times its quantity, plus 25% solution times this quantity should give me, or equal, 0.20 or 20% solution of this quantity. And that would be my equation. All right, and I can clean this up just a little bit by looking something like this. 0.10x plus 0.25y is equal to whatever that times that is. All right, so 0.20 times 20. And there I have translated this information in English into a mathematical equation. I hope that was helpful.